everyone, my name is Michelle, and I'm a customer specialist here at Silly Farm Supplies. Many of you may know me when you walk in the door. I pretty much greet you and assist you in the showroom. I also work with wholesale, so I manage a lot of those accounts, and I'm the face that you see at the registration desk when you go to Fabaic. So we kind of wear many hats here, and I do quite a few different things, but the main and the thing that I love most is really meeting you all, wonderful people and artists from all over the world. I just really love assisting you and helping you, whether if you're a newbie and never painted before, or you have a nice organized list and you're ready to go, and I'm here to help. So that's kind of a little bit about what I do here. Today I'm going to be showing you a little bit about tips and tricks on glitter tattoos. That's kind of my specialty. I'm not really a good face painter, but I have a few tricks under my sleeves, so I pretty much stick to doing the glitter tattoos because those are pretty relatively easy for me, but not so much for others. So that's kind of where I come in, and this may help you guys. Hey, I didn't think about that. I can do it that way, or a little trick if you're outdoors and how to keep the glitter from sticking all over your skin when one's sweating or coming out of a pool. So I do airbrush tattoos, I do metallic flash foil tattoos, and all of these are really great things that you can do at an event, aside from face painting or doing balloons or clowning or anything like that, that really can bring in some extra revenue. So today I'm going to also show you another part of our Silly Farm team. Come on, girls. And these are our rainbow and arty cake specialists. So these are the behind the scenes girls here. Let me move away here, you guys. Come on in. So this is Lustari, this is Fedora, and this is Kati. And they're the ones who make those beautiful cakes that you see, so perfect, so aligned, beautiful colors. They spend many, many hours putting together at least my wholesale orders, as well as all of our others for you guys when you come in and when you order online. So I'm going to be using them as models today, so they've graciously given me their arms or their legs to do these tattoos on. So I guess we'll get started, guys. So this is my typical setup if I'm doing a bar mitzvah, a corporate event, or a birthday party, whether it be indoors, outdoors. I always like to have a nice setup. Again, this is what's going to differentiate me from anybody that thinks that they can just whip out a tiny little kit and do this themselves, because I know they do seem quite easy. But I like to go all out and really have a nice setup. So usually I have a little signage. Glitter makes me happy, which it does. Or I'll have a nice sign that says Glitter Tattoo Station. I usually have my board up with some of the designs. I have tons of designs, so it's really hard to make a custom banner always, because there's always so many new cool designs that are coming out, and I always like to kind of have the latest designs out for the kids and stuff to make them excited. I do have like a little book which has tons of different stencils for them to kind of peruse through as well and choose, so that's always good to have while they're waiting in line, because sometimes these do take a couple minutes each to do. And then I've got my brushes, so I've got a three-piece brush set. So we've got the tiny fine one here, which is for really fine detail. And this one is kind of like just the one that I use to apply when I'm using my glitter kit here with the jars. I'll go ahead and pick up a little bit of each color and then press down firmly to adhere the glitter to the glue. And then we've got the large one here, which is the main one that kind of just brushes off the excess glitter at the end. So that's kind of essential to have. I have my alcohol swab, so this is what we're going to use to clean the skin prior to adhering the stencil, to remove any sunscreen, oils, dirt, etc. from the skin, so you're going to get a better stick and adhere the stencil prior to putting on the glitter and stuff. So other than that, I've got a little fan. This kind of helps me to speed up the process. Kind of really quick and easy. It'll help dry the glue, because again, you have to dry the glue before you can put the glitter on. So that's what I do, and I guess we'll kind of just get started from that point. So we're going to go ahead and clean the area really well. We're going to remove, again, like I mentioned, any dirt, oil, sunscreen, etc. from the skin. Let that dry for a second. Again, you can take the fan if you want, just to kind of make sure it's dry. And that way we can go ahead and get started with the stencil. So here you have a three-part stencil. Basically, again, you've got the clear film, you've got the vinyl sticker here, which is the black, and then you've got the white backing. So this is a three-part stencil, which is primarily how most will come. So we're going to go ahead first, and you're going to just take the clear film with the vinyl, and you're going to peel that off from the white backing. So kind of like that. Now again, some of them like this, as you can see, will have tiny little pieces, so you want to just really kind of go slowly and move your fingers along at the same time, so that again you don't rip and tear the stencil. So that's kind of like that. I'll keep the backing too, just kind of for a moment there, and I'm going to go ahead and place it. So it's okay here? Yeah. Beautiful. She's super excited, can't you tell? All right, so here we go. So we're going to press down firmly and just making sure that you have a nice even surface there, that it's not bubbling up anywhere or lifting off, because again, that's really important sometimes too. If they're really hot or humid, it can tend to lift off the skin. And then I'm going to kind of hold it on the corner as I'm going to roll down and pull the clear film off of the vinyl stencil. So again, you may want to kind of follow it with your finger as you're pulling off the clear film, so that again, nothing is lifting off or breaking off if it does have multiple little pieces attached. And there you go. So I'm going to again just kind of tap and rub, pressing down firmly to get that going. So now we're going to go ahead and take the skin glue. So this is our Glimmer skin glue here. We're going to do a very light, thin coat. You don't want to go too heavy, because again, it does take time to dry. And sometimes when you lift off the stencil and you have a very thick coating of the actual glue, it's going to remove part of the design sometimes when you lift off the stencil. So again, a nice thin coat. Now we've got the stencil fully covered, and now we have to kind of wait for it to dry. So basically it goes on white, and then it's going to turn clear, and once it's clear, it's completely dry, and that's the best time to put the glitter on, because you're going to get a better stick. A lot of people were thinking prior that they were going to go ahead and just put it on right away, so they get their brush all goopy, filled with glue and glitter, and they're like, how do you clean the brushes? How do you keep them so nice and neat? And obviously the idea is, again, you want to put it on when the glue is dry. Your brush will always be nice and clean. The glitter will just sort of fluff right off, and you'll be good to go. So pretty much now you're going to start to see it will turn from white to clear. All that exciting fun part here when they're hot outside. Whoop. And if for any reason you have any clumps, another good trick is as well, you can still take the actual clear film that was the top of your stencil, and you can press down and almost just slightly tap, such as that, and that again is going to remove any lumps or bubbles or anything that may form if you put too much glue on. So now we're going to take the brush. I can use either the fine detail or again my larger one, which again this design is pretty big, so I think we'll be safe with using the middle-sized brush. So you'll ask them what colors they like, of course. Usually I try to kind of have them pick that ahead of time as they're waiting in line, so that again I don't kind of get backed up in that part of the process. So we're going to go ahead and use some of these colors. So I have a 30 color palette. So she chose aqua teal with silver. So okay. So now we're going to go and work from the bottom up, or again in this case, if it's just like side to side, I'm going to start on this side, working again from the bottom up, just in case any glitter does fall down. Obviously I don't want it to fall onto the parts that have the glue below if I'm doing different colors. Obviously. So here, we're going to sort of just grab on the edge so that you can start to peel away. Now, I usually start. You take your big brush. You're going to obviously wipe off all the excess glitter that's around. And there's your design. So pretty much that's it for the first one. Alrighty, so here we have our second model. This is Kati. We're going to do a nice, beautiful butterfly design. So for this one, I removed the stencil prior to adhering the glitter. So most of the time, again, we'll keep the stencil on, put the glue in the glitter. I prefer to go ahead and remove the stencil as long as you have good lighting and you can see where the placement of the glue is, which is another reason why some people will put a little bit of color into the glue so that they can see where the design is and then go ahead and apply the glitter at that point. Again, we're going to go ahead now and adhere the stencil. I'm going to roll down the film. Same thing here. Again, really easy. Just sort of press down firmly, hold down the stencil as you're removing the clear film, making sure you're not lifting anything off. Now we're going to take our glue. We're going to go ahead, do the same thing. Nice thin layer, just right over the actual design. Try not to. I'm going to remove the stencil on this design prior to adhering the glitter. And I want to do that right away before the glue actually completely dries, because again, if I wait for the glue to dry, sometimes it'll actually lift off part of that glue with the stencil. So this one's a little trickier. It's got kind of like some vines and stuff, so you really, again, just want to be careful when doing it. Kind of work your way around the edges first, and then you're going to sort of pop them up as you work down and lift off. Again, this one is white, so again, some people put a little bit of blue or whatnot into the glue so that they can see it better in lighting. So we've got great lighting here, so I can sort of manipulate the arm and see where the design is. So we're going to go ahead and take the fan for a second if we need to, sort of just make sure it turns from white to clear again, so that we're ready to put the glitter on. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the green, and we're going to do that for the actual vines. So here I'm going to work again, start from the bottom. And here they'll start to see the design come alive. So basically, that's that. I hope you like it. Yay. We have another beautiful model. This is Fedora. So she's let me borrow her arm. So again, I'm going to kind of try to do a little bit more real time on this one. I don't want to sit and explain too much so you can really see how long it takes to get through one actual design. So again, I'm going to go ahead and just go through the process, clean the skin, prep that with the alcohol, remove any excess oils, dirts, etc. Get that good. So here we've chosen a unicorn. And on this one, I'm actually going to show you how you can layer stencils. So again, I will show you how quickly it is, and you can incorporate 2 or 3 different stencils to make one beautiful design. So that's kind of, if you have time to do that, that's always a plus to make things. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get started and put the glitter on. So I'm going to Alrighty, so our last model here, this is our beautiful Vanessa Lopez. She's Faba TV director, as many of you may know her, and she does so many wonderful things here and assists me in the showroom. And of course, as a beautiful model, you probably see her on every single video for Faba TV. Hi. For this one here, I'm just going to show how some of the designs that we have, like skulls, there's a couple of others, but this one's a little ghost getting ready for Halloween, will have little tiny pieces that are within the actual designs. So they're not going to come off when you peel the stencil off. Therefore, I've got a handy little tool, which are tweezers, and these are going to go ahead, after you've applied the glue and the glitter, you're going to go ahead and just look at the design, kind of know where you need to peel the pieces off, and just gently remove those without, of course, messing up your design. So here, when you're going to peel the actual film with the vinyl stencil, you want to make sure that the actual little pieces are actually stuck as well to the clear part. Sometimes they'll remain on the white backing, and then you gotta have to go back and find it so that it'll come off with you there. All right, here we go. So that's that. Those middle pieces are still stuck there. So you're going to go ahead and take your handy tweezers. You can kind of feel even with your actual, sometimes you could do it with your finger. Like these pieces are kind of tiny for the eye. So I want to feel for where the mouthpiece is with the lip and lift off. And then for the little other eyeball, and voila! Now the pieces are done. You've got your beautiful little ghost. So this is our design here. So we've got a beautiful ghost getting ready for Halloween. So super excited. So that's pretty much the end of my class, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Basically, again, I want you guys to know that we're here to help you. Anybody that has questions when they call Silly Farm on face painting products, body painting products, glitter tattoos, which of course is my specialty, please feel free to ask for Michelle. Vanessa's here as well to assist, not just Faba TV. We're all here to help you guys have better knowledge and understanding of how to use the products that you purchase here at Silly Farm. So super excited. I am the glitter queen. I also do airbrush tattoos and metallic flash foil tattoos. So if you have any questions, please give us a call. Thanks so much. Yay. Have a wonderful day.